Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Cal Royal number SH-44R US10B oil rub bronze 4x4 single acting spring hinge, full mortise standard weight steel base. So let's dissect that part number. SH means spring hinge. The 44 is a reference to the size, and that means it's 4-inch tall, and the height is always the first dimension on hinges like this, and then 4-inch wide. The R means that you've got a radius corner, and on this hinge it's a 1/4-inch radius. The hole pattern will be considered template, meaning it's the standard hole pattern. Not necessarily standard for what you might have, so you'll definitely want to review the link below this video to the template to be sure that the location of the screw holes match what you're doing or what you're replacing possibly. This is 10B finish. That's an oil rubbed bronze finish. It's made in all of the common finishes. It's also steel based, and it's a spring hinge. So you're going to use this in residential applications, wood door, wood frame. You might have a 20-minute fire rated wood door on the garage, attached garage. Spring hinge would certainly be required. Your front door of your house, your back door, maybe other interior doors that might be 1 3/4 thick. 4x4 is not a hinge for 1 3/8 thick doors. 1 3/4 would be appropriate. That 1/4-inch radius is a tip-off that it's a wood door, wood frame installation because of how a 1/2-inch diameter router bit, when the mill is creating the door and frame, leaves that 1/4-inch radius, and they don't go back and square the corner out, allowing them faster production. Now, this being a spring hinge, you're going to get a couple of additional pieces of equipment here. First of all, you're going to get your screws. All wood screws are going to be included in a complementary finish. Actually, forgive me, there are machine screws in here as well. All wood and half machine screws would be typical for this. Now, being a spring hinge, you're going to have a tension collar with holes in it. On this type of hinge, there's a Allen preparation in the top near the tension collar, whereas on the bottom there isn't. When you're installing this hinge, install it like any other hinge, and you can mix and match this with standard 4x4 hinges. That will not be a problem because the vertical axis of pivoting is compliant with standard hinges. You'll insert that Allen wrench, and you're going to turn that clockwise. And as you do so, you reveal new additional holes. And it's into one of those new additional holes that you'll insert the tension pin. And those tension pins are included. This package has 2 because there are 2 hinges for this client's order. And that's how you're going to go about setting the tension. Cal Royal doesn't give us a lot of direction in terms of how to go about determining the quantity of spring hinges based on the door size, the door weight. If it's a solid core door or an entry door, 1 spring hinge is not appropriate, not whatsoever. It'll certainly probably get the door partially closed, but it would be very unusual for it to get it all the way closed. Maybe a hollow core door it might work, but still probably not. 2 is going to be really common for doors like that, and in my opinion, all spring hinges are even better. Not for the obvious reason, but for the reason of this. If you're putting these on the door, and certainly if it's a fire-rated door, that door needs to be not only self-closing, but it has to be self-latching. That means the door must operate predictably, reliably. When you have more spring hinges on a door rather than less, you have more stored energy in those springs along the entire door. That means you can open that door, and that stored energy will begin to release as the door is moving closed. You can set the tension on all those spring hinges so you don't have to get it moving very quickly, like to slam shut. And when you get down to the last closing part of the cycle, the last 15 degree, the door is moving a nominal speed and does so to get latched, overcoming all the air pressure, the weight of the door, overcoming the friction of the latch bolt hitting the strike plate, and getting it to latch. I liken it to a tugboat. They don't go very fast, but they can pull a lot of weight. And that's what a lot of springs will do on a door. They'll predictably and reliably get that door to operate better. I'm not a fan of spring hinges to close the door. I think that they're not an elegant solution whatsoever because it's just a spring. It's like a gate. Open it and it slams shut. That's not for a door. Constant slamming will damage the frame, the wall around it, and years of doing that, in my opinion, is not the preferred way, whereas hydraulic control like a door closer would be preferable. But the truth of the matter is many installations simply would not tolerate a door closer. You can't install one for whatever reason. You refuse to, or you're physically permitted not to install one with trim, casing, reveal, whatever the case might be. So opt for more spring hinges is a safe bet. If you've got like a 90-pound door, you're looking at 2 for sure. Above that, you should immediately go to 3. Don't exceed more than 3 holes of tension. Don't expose more than 3 holes. If you hear any creaking as the door opens, that's a sign that the spring inside is contorting. If that were to snap, which they don't, but it does, can, and has happened, they're irreparable at that point. You can't get it replaced. This hinge is available in all the common finishes: brasses, bronze, chromes, nickel finishes as well. Cal Royal, the name is synonymous with all things builders, hardware, hinge related. Before we move on, there is a link below this video to the installation instructions. And I am shocked to learn that this packaging has a guide on the other side of it. And it looks like they're pretty much recommending 3 spring hinges as well. A 70-pound door, that's, it's a entry door to a home, will be more than 70 pounds. So 3 spring hinges is what they're looking at. We'll get that linked below this video on both of these so that you can refer to that, which at the time of this video creation, it's not there. Cal Royal is a comprehensive provider of builders and commercial and architectural hardware, exit devices, door closers, lock sets, hinges, many builders' hardware items. There's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up the entire Cal Royal catalog. Now, that's a comprehensive book. It's a large download, so be patient with it. And feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions on the Cal Royal SH-44R US10B spring hinge, and they're sold as each, by the way, or any other Cal Royal product. Please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.